Have you ever stopped to think that your generosity, something many consider a virtue, can hide a dark side? Yes, excessive kindness can bring more problems than solutions. The ancient Stoic philosophers taught us to live with wisdom, virtue, and moderation. However, in a world where kindness is valued, we are rarely warned about the unexpected consequences of being overly generous. Today, we will explore how generosity can turn into a burden, leading to unrealistic expectations, imbalanced relationships, neglect of our own priorities, and even attracting people who are just waiting to take advantage of our kindness. Join us as we uncover the 6 unexpected ways your generosity can create enemies and challenges in your life and how Stoic teachings can help us avoid these pitfalls. Pay attention, the first lesson is the most powerful. Lesson 6, establish clear boundaries. Imagine a river that flows constantly, with no defined banks. This river would not only overflow and cause floods but also lose its strength as it disperses in all directions. Similarly, when you don't set boundaries in your generosity, you spread yourself too thinly and eventually lose the ability to help yourself or others effectively. Communicating your expectations directly and assertively is essential. You're not being selfish by doing this, you're being realistic and responsible. Setting boundaries doesn't mean you don't want to help or that you're refusing generosity, it means you're defining the rules of the game to maintain a healthy balance. So, remember the 6th Stoic lesson, establish clear boundaries. Saying no when necessary doesn't make you less generous, in fact, it makes you more capable of helping when it truly matters. It's an act of authenticity and care, both for yourself and for others. Lesson 5, identify energy vampires. Imagine generosity as an endless source of energy. Now, think of some people around you who always seem to drain that energy. These are the ones who constantly complain, bring negativity, and appear to suck the vitality out of any environment. Recognizing these energy vampires is a crucial step in preserving your well-being. These individuals may not be aware of the impact they have on you, but that doesn't mean you should endure it indefinitely. Generosity should be shared with those who value and reciprocate it in some way. If you find yourself surrounded by people who only take and never give, it's time to reevaluate these relationships. This isn't selfishness, it's self-preservation. Distance yourself from these relationships that constantly drain your energy. This not only protects your vitality but also allows you to channel your generosity where it truly makes a difference. Therefore, identify the energy vampires. Your generosity deserves to be valued and reciprocated, not wasted on relationships that only take from you. Lesson 4, reserve time and space for yourself. Imagine yourself as a vehicle constantly in motion, always attending to others' demands. Without a stop to refuel and perform necessary maintenance, this vehicle will inevitably break down. Similarly, when you give excessively to others without reserving time and space for self-care, you put yourself at risk. Generosity shouldn't be a constant act of sacrifice, it should be balanced with self-care. By setting aside time for self-care, you recharge your energies and maintain your physical and mental well-being. It's like paying attention to vehicle maintenance to ensure it continues to run smoothly. This doesn't mean you should reject all requests for help. On the contrary, it means you should learn to politely decline requests that interfere with your personal time. This is an act of authenticity and self-care. So, remember the 4th Stoic lesson, reserve time and space for yourself. By doing so, you're not being selfish, you're ensuring that you'll continue to help others effectively while prioritizing your well-being. It's a fundamental lesson of balance. Lesson 3, listen to your feelings. Imagine your emotions as an inner guide, a compass that can steer you on the journey of generosity. When you pay attention to these feelings, you're attuned to what's happening within you. Generosity is an admirable virtue, but being excessively generous without considering your own limits can lead to emotional exhaustion. It's as if you're pouring your own energy into an empty vessel without ever replenishing it. By listening to your feelings, you can identify when you're exceeding your emotional limits. If you feel overwhelmed, exhausted, or emotionally drained due to excessive generosity, it's a clear sign that you need to pause and reassess. Self-awareness is a powerful tool for balancing generosity with self-care. It's not selfish to recognize when you need to recharge your own energies. Feelings serve as your inner guide to ensure that your generosity is sustainable and beneficial, both to you and to others. It's a lesson of balance and self-preservation. Lesson 2: Overcome the fear of saying no. Think of your time and energy as valuable resources, like precious coins in your pocket. Now, think of all the times you've said yes to overwhelming or unfair requests, as if you were giving away those coins without assessing their value. Saying no when necessary isn't selfish, it's self-esteem and authenticity. Recognize the priceless value of your time and energy, and don't be afraid to protect them when requests are excessive or unfair. When you learn to say no, you're taking control of your own life. You're establishing healthy boundaries and ensuring that your generosity is directed where it truly makes a difference. So, remember the second Stoic lesson: overcome the fear of saying no. It's a lesson of self-esteem and self-preservation, allowing you to be generous in a balanced and meaningful way. It's time to value your own time and energy. Lesson 1: Evaluate reciprocity. Generosity is like a dance, a harmonious exchange between giving and receiving. When you're overly generous, you may find yourself dancing alone, taking endless steps while others remain still. Maintaining a healthy sense of reciprocity in your interactions is crucial. It doesn't mean you should expect every act of kindness to be immediately repaid, but over time, there should be a balance in relationships. Evaluating whether the people you're generous to are also willing to help you when needed is a measure of authenticity and care. It's not about being calculating but ensuring that your energies and resources are directed fairly and evenly. This first Stoic lesson is the cornerstone to avoid imbalances in generosity that can lead to emotional exhaustion and the feeling that you're being used. Therefore, remember lesson number 1, evaluate reciprocity. It's a lesson of balance in relationships and protecting your own resources. It's time to dance the dance of generosity with harmony and authenticity. And there you have it, folks. I hope you've enjoyed these 6 surprising lessons on how excessive generosity can harm you. It's incredible how something as positive as being generous can have a negative side if it's not balanced. Always remember the importance of setting clear boundaries, identifying energy vampires, reserving time and space for yourself, listening to your feelings, overcoming the fear of saying no, and evaluating reciprocity in your relationships. These lessons from the ancient Stoic philosophers can help maintain balance in your life, so your generosity is genuine and meaningful, both for you and for others. And if you liked this video and want more content like this, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. Until next time.